Another week is in the books, which brings us back to the epicenter, the official sports lounge, not just of the universe, but of the internet, coming to you live at the heart of Nostalgia Mania, Casa de Money, the mega powers of podcasting, bring you another edition of On the Money podcast here tonight, live with so much happening in the world of sports. Right now, in the middle of NBA playoffs, tip-off of the Knicks and Pacers is actually already probably happened a couple of minutes ago while we were getting ready here.
Yeah,
We're sitting here watching MLB big inning because there's baseball going on. It's been baseball going on all day long. We've got fantasy baseball implications. The release of the NFL schedule next week. So next week's show is already booked. So tonight we're going to be going a little bit all over the map, covering as many bases as possible, because the next couple of weeks are going to be very, very crazy. Football is just creeping slowly but surely back into our lives. But even without that, there's still so much to talk about now, so much to talk about here. And with me, as always, rocking the official merch of On the Money Sports, none other than our sound and editing team. You're actually the guys that are in charge of the fireworks in WWE?
I have the pyrotechnic.
The pyrotechnic, advanced sound and sound effects, tech group, none other than Oscar O'Money.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on this fine Wednesday evening? We got the big inning in front of us going on. We got multiple games of baseball happening as we speak. NBA playoffs are about to kick off. Game threes, which has been crazy lately, the amount of what I would consider upsets at this point, considering who I thought would be having the leads in their respective series. You got that going on, which is great. You want some unpredictability around here. Not to mention, the King and the Queen of the Ring tournaments are going on Raw and SmackDown. Sheamus and Gunther had another banger Monday night. And let's talk about the elephant in the room. No spoilers. X-Men 97, episode 9 dropped today. And
just watch it, bro. That's all I can.
Wild. Just wild. I told everybody you have 24 hours before I start dropping pictures of comic book scenes that were depicted in today's episode.
At some point in the summertime, we have to dedicate a large portion of a podcast on X-Men 97. Because by then, it's safe to say that everybody who was going to watch it has watched it, and it won't feel like it's any spoilers. Once it's been out there for a couple of months and all the shows are out there, and you've had the chance to binge watch it, like in June, July, somewhere around that time, I would love to just be able to sit down and break down what I'm watching, because this shit is a freaking masterpiece. In our Jersey Triad group chat, this guy, all I saw was him say, bro, and I knew right then and there. I was like, damn, let me finish eating.
Like this.
Let me take the trash out. Let me get everything that I need to get done right now in this moment done, so that I can go into the lab, sit back on the man cave recliner, and watch episode 9. It didn't disappoint.
Listen,
I was in shambles. What's up, Drew?
I was on lunch break, heated up my lasagna, sitting there watching it on my phone, and of course I came home and watched it again on the big TV, and I was just like, oh, they're really going there. That's all I kept saying to myself, like, yo, they're really going there. And I just kept telling it. So then, as soon as the episode was over, I immediately went to Macari. And I started buying X-Men number 25, Wolverine number 70, Excalibur issue 71, Uncanny X-Men 304. I immediately went on there. I was like, you know what? Before these prices go up on these books, because that's what happens when something of that nature takes place. The demand goes high. And yes, 90s books were made in plethora amounts. Certain stories you got to grab.
We just started 5 minutes ago. Quick reminder, if you're watching live on Facebook right now, don't forget to check us out. We're actually live right now on YouTube as well. So if you aren't able to,
double?
If you aren't able to
run, big man, run. I need that for my team.
square off a little gimmick and put us off in the corner of your phone on Facebook. You should be able to do it on YouTube with no troubles so that you can continue to get the stuff that you need done while enjoying tonight's podcast as we go all over.
We give everybody a chance to settle in. That's why we talk a little small talk.
Oh, I love this.
Like,
I
can tell you
right now.
My wife is watching it. That's what catches me off guard.
Compelling television.
Like, she's watching it, and I'm like, yo, you're like really watching this. She goes, well, it's not dead. Like, she goes, it's not kiddie-ish.
And
that's what I'll say.
I'm taking little Jimmy's money for the next week, pal. So you better pack lunch and you better put it in your book bag.
Was the Mofongo paid for,
though? The Bambino bullies better not find any loose change because we're gonna shake it out of you anyway.
Did the Mofongo Mania bet get paid?
It has not been paid.
Just like Cheesesteak Mania. You guys make food bets and don't even complete them.
Chris is still hungry. So when the Mofongo gets paid, the cheesesteaks will get paid. The problem is it's hard to get Andrew out of the house.
Yeah, it is.
I would have been paid it on
My man's a hermit.
Any given Sunday that I was here and he was here, I would have been like, let's order the cheesesteaks.
The Sundays we got him here, we had to pry him. We had to
one Sunday.
It was the draft and then the one Sunday game.
I wasn't here for that draft day, though. I was here for the Eagles-Titans cheesesteak.
You were here for the draft day when we drafted fantasy that day.
Yeah.
Sick picks.
But we had
first ever live draft.
We had the gauntlet. The gauntlet.
We
had the food plan that day.
That was the breakfast meal. The waffles,
everybody,
the bacon, the eggs.
There was about 15.
The sausage.
It was like 15 blunts, 20 blunts. So I wasn't remembering anything about no cheesesteaks on that day, kiddo. But yeah, little Jimmy, it's time for you to eat your broccoli, kiddo. I'm not handing out cheesesteaks. I'm handing out vegetables this week. I'm taking batting categories from you,
bro. And he's not giving you regular vegetables. He's not giving you. He's giving you a microwave.
You want to run
your microwavable frozen veggies.
You want to run your mouth about the New York Yankees? Well, you're getting Brussels sprouts, all right? You're getting the white broccoli. That's what you're getting.
Cauliflower?
Yeah. You're getting the lab broccoli with the Brussels sprouts. Mix them up together.
Your bioengineered vegetable. Sounds very stinks.
The little brownie that gets stuck to the inside of the cup when you microwave it. Knicks probably going to win this series purely on defense. Hey, I mean, they're the better team. The only people that were
what was it, 6 points the other night for Halliburton?
6 points, 8 assists. But
he said white broccoli.
I was telling you guys, man, like the Pacers are sloppy. Like, yes, they got past the Bucks, but we all knew the Bucks weren't shit this year, right? We all discussed the Bucks were in total shambles.
It's just the beginning of the year.
They proved to us that they are who we thought they were.
They were Bambies.
The Pacers were just one of many teams that would have capitalized.
Now he's trying to question your chef skills.
Relax, all right. I don't put cauliflower in many of my dishes, but I know I'm cooking up the little Jimmies right now in fantasy baseball. So why don't you cook up some wins so that you could beat me in some pitching categories, or tuck your tail between your legs and take this beat down that you're getting from the Bambino bullies. Just like the Phillies tucked their tail between their legs and caught that beat down from the worst team in the American League East.
They lost 5-3.
It was pitiful.
That's not a beat down.
It was pitiful. I needed you guys to do one thing and you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. That was for the Super Bowl this year with all the rookies. That gets benched. The other QB takes to the Super Bowl. We win against the Chiefs in overtime. That's it.
Damn, baby.
He just let it all out. He just got all.
I haven't heard.
You know what?
Bebe hasn't appeared in a while.
You know what? I love it because you took it in that paragraph and you got all your takes out at once. I love hearing from you too because it's been a while since I heard from you. So you just you
Joe Langler hit a home run today?
You took the baton and ran with it with that one, bro. So I kind of fuck with it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't agree, but like I'm picturing you saying it like the way you say things, and it just makes that shit funny, dude. Shane
benched, hit another one.
That getting benched for the rookie quarterback in Dallas, like, and just thinking about what Jerry Jones' press conference would be after the benching of Dak Prescott would like, whoo, that shit would be funny, dog.
He leaving after this year.
Knicks don't look pretty either. They have shot selection problems. Yeah, it gets a little rough because with
the Knicks, here's what happens with the Knicks. They're watching them as my team lost to them. If they're 3 balls off, they're going to lose. But if they're hitting threes, they're going to win.
The secondary scoring option is like Josh Hart pretty much. So And then, Josh Hart is also doing a lot of other stuff on the court. So it's like scoring is not always his first initial.
Look what they're doing without Julius Randle.
Look what they're doing without Julius Randle. That's going to be another conversation to have moving forward.
Well, they jettisoned him as part of a Devin Booker deal.
Julius's offense, you know what I mean? Like his offense bringing, like, will that be eventually what stops them from getting over the hump, or do the Knicks just keep defying the odds?
No.
Like, do the Knicks just keep defying the odds and get past this round and maybe get themselves into the NBA Finals? Like, thank you, bro. Yeah, I like it too, man. It feels, it feels nice. Everything's, covered, and we're able to see everybody's names. Like 2 weeks ago, we weren't even able to see who was commenting.
Yeah, I don't know what happened or how it happened.
Trying to do the show while
I'm not mad
looking
at all.
my phone so I can engage more. I feel like everything's set up a little bit more and takes a little bit more pressure off of us for us to be able to do what we do a little bit better.
Oh, boy.
Worlves, man. Those Timberwolves, bro.
Chris, you got to send your Cash App to Drew, and he's going to send you the money for Mofongo Mania.
And remember, Chris won shrimp in it, all right?
Yeah.
He won shrimp in it. He kept saying, see you Sunday. That was like 3 Sundays ago.
How y'all feel about KD and the Brew?
I think that KD going to the LA Lakers makes a lot of sense.
Yes, my fantasy team is kicking right now.
Sixers in 370.
No plata, no pluma.
Shrimp and extra garlic sauce, Chris says. But as far as KD, I think KD gets traded because the Phoenix Suns, like we said before, have no first-round picks until 2031. You can't survive that way. And they owe Bradley Beal $53 million next year, $57 million the following year after that, and like $56 million the next year. So they can't trade Bradley Beal. Devin Booker is the younger player who you might want to hold on to. The Suns screwed it all up when they got rid of DeAndre Ayton, first of all. So now it's just about trying to, the amount of money they owe Bradley Beal for the next couple of years.
That was his second home run of the night, Ozuna.
Damn, he's balling right now. The amount of money they owe Bradley Beal keeps him stuck there for the next couple of years. So the best thing for them to do before it's too late is to trade KD now, get the first round picks you can get, and potentially have a team up in LA of KD and LeBron James, because guess what? They both need this at this point.
Look at what Langley's
doing. They both
doing.
need this.
8 RBIs so far today because of the doubleheader and 2 home runs.
Texas?
For Oakland.
Oh, yeah. They're putting
Yelich is back?
I believe so. They're putting up runs.
Oh gosh.
Ayton, well, I mean, for what they need right now, he would have been good at least for that. I'd say he's better than Nurkic. Nurkic is okay though. Nurkic is serviceable, and they don't have a point guard either. So there's multiple things right now that Phoenix needs that they could use a KD trade and acquire these things. Hey, what's his name? D'Lo. Send D'Lo to Phoenix.
Well, D'Lo's gonna opt out.
Phoenix. Ah, yeah. Free agent.
D'Lo's opting out. LeBron's opting out.
Yeah.
Paul George is opting out.
Lakers got to figure out what they're going to do. Suns got to figure out what they're going to do. And a trade between those two teams makes sense to me.
The Clippers want to keep Harden, but they don't want to give him a max.
KD going back to the Warriors. I don't know. I feel like that ship has sailed. He should have never left. Warriors is another team.
I said it. If he just went to Warriors management, said either Dre goes or I go, I believe they would have picked Dre to go to keep KD.
I hate when I leave a home run on the bench. Rookie got robbed for the defensive player of the year. What home run did you leave on the bench? Langlear?
Langlear's on my team.
I know. I can't afford to leave nothing.
He's one of my 3 catchers that you made fun of me about, that I had 3 catchers.
Yeah, they don't have the right formula as far as a point guard that can distribute the ball to other players. You have on the Suns a bunch of players who will create their own shots. And as far as spacing goes and as far as ball movement, that's not always the best thing, because what's going to happen is when you have Beal, Booker, and KD on the floor together, 2 of them are going to be staring at one guy, wondering if he's going to just take the shot himself or pass the ball to one of them. So they're all just playing the staring game, and there's just not enough ball movement. Whereas if you just take a point guard and add him with Bradley Beal and Booker, you make that offense so much more deadly, and you make Nurkic, which I don't think he's a bad pickup. I'm just saying I'll take Ayton over him. You make Nurkic an even more viable threat with a point guard that can actually distribute the ball. Like a lot of the NBA offseason big moves that are going to happen, I think are going to be centered around what Phoenix is going to do when it comes to KD. And then all the other dominoes are going to fall after that. PG is just, he's a domino. Okay. Paul George is a domino. And, you know, he is going to end up going somewhere after KD makes a decision, pretty much. Pick up a real point guard. There will be problems for the West. Yeah, I mean,
are they cash
they
strapped?
They put themselves in the top 5. They owe a lot of money to the players that they have currently. Tobias Harris is going to the Pistons. I don't know. I don't know.
Daryl Morey was talking about he wants to keep him.
You know what makes sense? Hot take right here. And I have not read anything that links him to this team right now. I'm going to say that Tobias Harris ends up going to the Orlando Magic. That's who I'm going to time.
Fisher ain't out the group.
China. I'm saying Tobias Harris to the Orlando Magic. Julio, what's up? Orlando just got eliminated in a terrible series against the Cavs where, you know, neither team could really show consistency. It went 7 games. It was probably one of the worst 7 games series ever. The Cavs survived only to get trounced yesterday in Game 1 by Boston. But nonetheless, the Magic are going to be one of those teams. They have a young team, and they're looking to take that next step because Franz Wagner, when the chips were down, he started selling. Like the dude just folded when they needed him the most.
Yeah.
So it was just not a good look for Orlando to go out the way that they did. I don't think it'll be a good look for them to overpay for Klay Thompson because that's not going to necessarily help them. So, you know, who would you choose? Tobias Harris now or washed Klay Thompson?
Washed Klay Thompson?
Or maybe Klay Thompson's the better option. But I if anything, I think that's
I don't understand.
Tobias in Orlando is going to take the pressure off him to score. It's going to be like
he needs to go somewhere where they're a team that has no expectations, so that he could play big.
And what's Orlando's expectations to make the play in? Like the expectations aren't so high, and I think that's going to benefit him being there and playing for a team in Orlando that they're just happy to be relevant again. It's the first time they made the playoffs in 7 years.
What time does the game start? Or are you cool with this on for now?
You can switch it to the basketball game if you want. We can do the live reaction to the basketball game.
What time does the game start?
Clay went from Clay to Clay. It's at 8:05 or 8:10 or something. It started. Yankees right now taking care of business against the Astros. Currently 5-1. Nice throw from outfield to prevent a run from scoring.
Nice.
As it would have cut the lead from 5-1 to 5-2.
More like 0-9.
Do you guys think that Klay Thompson is a better fit than Tobias Harris for the Orlando Magic though? Like you're probably paying more if you're getting Klay, right? Because Klay's going to get every dollar out of Orlando.
I mean Cleveland.
So
we'll take him.
Yeah, Cleveland is going to be. I mean, once Cleveland gets eliminated, you add them to the mix of teams where you're trying to think, okay, like now what's the next move for these guys? Because the Cleveland Cavs don't have anybody to guard Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. And that's evident. Like not one person on their roster. So if you're Cleveland, you got to start thinking to yourself, damn, is Paul George a good move for us? Donovan Mitchell's our guy. Paul George can never be the guy, but he can be a good other guy so that Donovan doesn't get worn out in these instances. And we also need a guy that's capable of guarding a Tatum, a Brown, a stretch wing player that is a scorer because the Cavs don't have that right now.
I think Klay stays in the Warriors just because the sports system he has there at least one more year. I could see that.
Clay's another guy that I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to LA either. The ties are already there with his father. He should have been in LA a couple of years ago. Just chose to stick with his core group and get themselves another championship, which, he
Hey,
made the
they
right
did
choice.
it without KD, so they made their point.
They validated their point as far as getting the championship without KD.
They did it before and they did it after. So
now they're starting to get old now. So now you gotta, and you're still paying Curry a lot of money.
You figure Curry's in his 30s. Like a lot of these superstar players are in their 30s.
They have no one to guard there.
Like at this point in their careers, like
Clay,
like a lot of these free agents that are going to be free agents this year, they're in their mid 30s.
Hey, that's
how many more successful years are you going to get out of them?
But man, that's another trade that makes sense for the Lakers to make. Like another trade partner, I should say, Lakers and Warriors. They both have assets that the others could use. Warriors have young players that they could send to LA.
Lakers Nets.
Yeah, the Nets will trade with anybody, dog. But you just got to be like with them. Trade with them because you know that the Brooklyn Nets can't win a trade. So when you trade with the Nets, just get whatever you can and give away. Yeah, fleece them, and give away the least amount as possible. Give them Hachimura, and then get yourself.
The trash talk has begun.
Get yourself Mikal Bridges. Knicks have the team to match up with Boston. Hey man, the closer we get to that showdown, the realer we have to be about that conversation. I don't know if they're on TNT or ESPN tonight.
I guess it's not TBS because
the
TBS is WCW Light.
The closer that we get to that series, we have to have a serious conversation about that matchup between Boston and the Knicks, because now we have to ask ourselves before it potentially happens: do the Knicks have the formula to dethrone the Boston Celtics, who last year were unceremoniously ousted in the Eastern Conference Finals last year? We know that the Celtics have a problem with closing. Like, they're the 49ers of basketball right now. They get there, and they can't finish. Now, this Celtics team is loaded. If any Celtics team can do it and go all the way, it's this one. However, Knicks are a buzzsaw right now. That's like the last team that you want to have to deal with. Like, if the Celtics are the best team in the East, second best is clearly the New York Knicks. I'm not a Knicks fan, but I love watching them play. Glad we got one hometown team in contention, them and the Rangers. Yeah, go Rangers. Celtics not it. Listen, man, the Boston Celtics have been the best team in basketball for years, and they have not won a championship. Like, you got to win a championship to certify everything.
Baby, I'm going to be real with you. Them Timberwolves are starting to look a little.
Timberwolves look good.
A little scary.
Timberwolves look good.
I did not expect them to have a 2-0 lead on the reigning, defending champions.
Timberwolves look really good. Game 3 is a huge game. They are physical. Like I said last week, they might not have been pretty to look at during the regular season sometimes, but not enough people were watching them and seeing what they could actually do. And now that the playoffs are here and you're realizing what the Wolves can do, like,
bro,
they've been winning every game in the playoffs.
Gobert against Jokic the other night was like, wow.
He didn't even play in game 2, and they still put a shellacking on the Denver Nuggets. So that's huge. However, I would not be surprised if the Nuggets kick out at 2.5 here, bro. Like,
how about that?
All the Nuggets have to do is win game 3. And this is a whole new series. That's it.
If the Timberwolves win game 3, the series is over. I can't see the Nuggets winning 4 straight.
Combo, Eric. Celtics are the Tampa Bay Rays of the NBA.
Oof. Great regular season team. Can't close out in the playoffs.
I wouldn't say that because the Rays ain't shit this year. I think that Celtics 49ers is a better comparison.
Pacers trying to mount a comeback.
Because the 49ers during the regular season win a lot of games, just like the Celtics.
Just like that, the score is 24-22.
In the playoffs, the Celtics and the 49ers, neither one of them
agents already reaching out to the Timberwolves.
I don't think KD's going to be able to pull a stunt like that anymore in his career. I think the biggest thing he could do is have him and LeBron standing side by side with him holding up a Lakers jersey. Like, that would be like the big move for LA.
No Knicks or Rangers hate on the show, please. I don't want to have to go back to violent catch a charge. Damn, Magoo coming out swinging.
Nobody can hate on the Rangers.
Sixers are the Sixers of the NBA. Yeah, you're right. I won't argue that.
Oh man, Yeah, I think the biggest move for the Lakers and the biggest move for KD is for them to be able to join forces. And then all of a sudden, the Suns actually have draft picks that they can use because for the Suns, like, bro, you still got to pay Bradley Beal $57 million next year. Whether he's healthy or hurt, he's not going nowhere.
Oof.
So you got to pay that man a $57 million, and then the following year drop another $56 million on his lap.
Yo, when did TJ McConnell actually become a very good player in a starting rotation?
When he left Philly.
It's crazy.
As soon as he left Philly, he got the opportunity to just, be a good role player and, do his thing.
LeBron with KD, 2 to 3 rings easy.
Not at this point. They're getting kind of old.
Nah,
so they'll compete in the West.
Kudos.
They'll compete in the West, but
to Wilbon the other day,
like
criticizing AD and the Lakers on Pardon the Interruption, talking about, you guys keep firing, getting these coaches fired. Darvin Ham had y'all in the Western Conference playoffs, came back in the playoffs. How dare y'all?
And now what?
And then even Stephen A. Smith going out saying, how can you, this is what hurts the GOAT argument. 10 different head coaches, maybe, just maybe you'd had more rings if you weren't trying to be GM too.
Who else are you gonna fire? There's nobody left to fire, dog. There's nowhere left to look. There's no one to blame. And
if they wanted Jason Kidd, quickly re-up with the Mavs.
I think that Lakers with KD will be better, but don't forget that in a trade involving KD, they're going to have to give up a lot of their depth. So the Lakers are going to be top heavy as F, which means that it's going to be a team of LeBron, KD, AD, and D'Lo's not going to be there. Reeves might not be there. Hachimura might not be there. So, depending on who they're able to get for the low, like if they're able to go acquire Klay Thompson and bring him into the fold and maybe get Draymond, maybe, since we're throwing scenarios out there like that. But the next year, the Timberwolves are going to be a year older. The OKC Thunder are going to be a year older. The Western Conference in general is going to be better. So, I wouldn't just automatically be quick to just give it to LA just because they got KD now, because you still got to go out there and you got to play ball.
KD's not getting any younger either. And I said this on this podcast during our time at the Cook-Up Studios. I clearly said it, and people were like, KD has not been the same KD since coming back from both of those Achilles injuries.
He hasn't been the same since he left Golden State. None of it's been the same for him.
Well, no, he was good with Brooklyn when he was healthy. He was KD.
Bro, that Brooklyn run is one of the most forgettable things in the history of basketball.
Once he tore his Achilles,
nobody remembers what happened in Brooklyn.
That Achilles.
Nobody remembers that Brooklyn team, dog.
Ever since that over. Achilles, KD has not been the same. I said that shit years ago.
And he gets injured.
And a lot of people thought I was just saying it because it was Brooklyn hate. And I'm starting to look a lot correct now.
A lot correct. The Brooklyn Nets are the Brooklyn Nets.
Put that on a t-shirt. A lot correct.
A lot correct. I'm starting to look a lot correct. Not that I'm right. Just a lot less wrong than what I sounded like before.
I said it.
All Brooklyn runs are... Man, just send them back to New Jersey, bro. Enough. Deja la mierda. All right? Deja la mierda.
In the words of Magneto.
Crap.
Enough.
New Jersey Nets, bro. That's the last time that... Just like we're talking about the last time KD ever did anything, the last time the Nets ever did anything was when they were called the New Jersey Nets. All right? That's when we were going to NBA Finals and shit like that. Now, this team is a parody of themselves.
Oh.
At a location that just looks crazy as hell.
Obi Toppin, you bet on his props today?
Yeah.
He's at 12 points and 6 boards right now.
Oh, no, that's game one. That's game one.
Oh, my bad.
Deja la mierda. That's all I got to say with anything related to the Brooklyn Nets.
Let's get that on a shirt.
Deja la mierda. All right? Just the same thing that your grandma would say to you back in the day when you were just enough, okay? Enough of the crap. We got to, just trade Mikal Bridges to a contending team, get your little picks just like you love to get, and then go make a big trade one day that's going to blow up in your face like you do every 10 years.
OKC is going to be a force for years to come.
Yeah.
And they still got picks.
They're going to be a problem.
They still got picks.
They got hella draft picks. They got talent. They're eventually going to get themselves a legitimate big man. No offense to Chet Holmgren.
Matt's checked in.
Knicks in 5, as we're currently watching
I think Knicks in 4.
Live watch along of
However,
the Knicks and Pacers.
The Pacers are fighting.
This is the Pacers' last breath here. I feel like they blew their load in game 1. I expect the Knicks to win this game by convincing fashion here tonight. And I'm thinking more along the lines of game 5, but I wouldn't be surprised if they get swept either.
If they win tonight, I think they're going to sweep the series.
Knicks are the better team.
I think both Eastern playoff teams that are favored can sweep.
I think the Celtics
we're looking more and more to a Knicks Celtics.
Yeah, so that's why it's good
Eastern
for us
Conference Finals.
It's good for us to, now that we have the opportunity, lay the foundation for the potential Boston versus New York face-off in the Eastern Conference Finals. If anything, the Celtics have a tougher matchup with Cleveland. It's just Cleveland is inconsistent as hell. But yeah, like the Pacers can't defend anybody, 1 through 5. So for a defensive team like the Knicks, you're creating more shot opportunities for the likes of Josh Hart and Hartenstein.
Agreed.
and Anunoby and other guys who aren't normally carrying the scoring load. But now that you're going up against a team that don't play defense, like, it's different. Brunson should not have to have 28 shots or whatever the hell the number is. Like, he's not dealing with the same type of defense that he was dealing with in the previous matchup.
Show us live what y'all are watching and half the screen where our comments show.
Yeah. Without like any like copyrights or anything like that. Like, if we could just have like the split screen so that I want to do that for our drafts. Like, I want to figure out how we can put especially for our online drafts, like put the online board on the screen and then go through the process of drafting, because every year we have more and more draft special episodes. But it's like in 2 weeks, I already know this guy, when we do draft episodes, he's in shambles. He's just looking at the board.
That's why I'm glad the draft's on the 26th.
We have it on the 26th. We're not doing it on the podcast tonight. Okay, so then we're good.
I can focus.
And it's going to be a Sunday afternoon, so we're going to be chilling.
Oh, yeah.
For the most part.
If I ain't doing nothing, I might come to your house.
Yeah. Let's come hang out.
Go to the man cave.
Come hang out in the man cave, dog. We'll be chilling down there. I'll put some baseball on. It's nice and cool down there.
I know, I got my
Or
air.
some
I
food.
couldn't. Listen, I tapped out, guys. I put my central air on today. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, we've had it on for a couple days.
I tapped the hell out. Tie game. Knicks might let these Pacers get one. Yeah, I mean, one's one. You would prefer the one they get will be in Indiana instead of New York. The allure, my AC bumping as we speak, bro. If I'm a sweat all day in a hot warehouse, I might as well come home to some sort of luxury. That's what we work for.
Yeah, we set it up last week and have had it bumping. Feels because the heat rises, so it's like in the living room, which is our upstairs. It was getting a little hot up there. And once you have you have 4 people in my living room, and it's gonna feel crowded because it's a little small upstairs. Once you go, to the downstairs area where you have
what up,
the
RJ?
man cave. What's going on, RJ? You go down to the man cave. It's nice and cool. You know what I mean?
How's RJ's
Spacious.
rookie picks?
He picked Jaden Daniels. I like his picks. It was an interesting rookie draft for y'all. Yo, man, thanks for tuning in, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate your takes. It's going to be interesting to see what the Lakers end up doing in the offseason. Thanks for
Got to comment more often.
Thanks for the half hour that you spent with us talking
fun.
Sports. And it's good to hear from you,
I miss these wild debates.
It's good to hear from you. Seriously, bro. Really, really good to hear from you. Good to laugh with you. And hope to hear from you more often, man, when you have the time, bro. If they let them win in NY, this might go longer than people expected. This indie team just ain't good enough for all that, man. Like, I don't have the optimism for this team.
The Knicks throughout these playoffs typically come back in large fashion in the second half.
Yeah, they're in the second half.
I had to take a quarterback at the 1-4, dude. I have no youth there. I had to take an instant starter, and I don't like Drake May's situation.
It was interesting. That first round was interesting for us because we knew that in the rookie draft this year, the talent was all that first round, and then everything after that was just straight up dart throws. So what you did was going to potentially be what I ended up doing, because in my mind, I was saying to myself, this guy's going to take Rome Odunze. And now I'm going to take Jaden Daniels, who's going to be the starting quarterback for Washington. However, you made the pick that you made. You know, looking at the QB situation, it is scarce. There was only a couple of names on the board that people liked, and a couple that
Who took Bo Penix?
Penix.
I combined two quarterbacks named Bo Nix.
I'm gonna pull up the board right now, just as we're talking about it, just so that we can have the context here.
How about Mikey, man?
So
the luck hit him, right? Rashee Rice about to get suspended for a decent amount of time. Y'all let that man get the Worthy pick.
Xavier Worthy was a great pick for Mikey, and definitely good to have him stacking with Mahomes, since Mahomes has Mahomes in Superflex. Slick Rick with Caleb Williams as the first overall pick. Darryl Brown followed up with Marvin Harrison. Ben Barson followed up with Malik Neighbors, that was interesting right there. Number 3 overall. New York Giants wide receiver 1.
It's not a Giants fan to be doing that.
Yeah, it was an interesting move by Barson right there. And all these guys were having the internal struggle. Well, not all of them, but once we get to number 3, everybody was struggling as far as, like, do they go with Dunze? Do they get their quarterback now and not risk it for later because they don't feel so good about May or McCarthy? After Malik Neighbors went 3 overall, it was RJ with Jaden Daniels. And then I followed up with Rome Odunze. And the back half of the first round was J.J. McCarthy, Xavier Worthy by Mikey, Terrell with Drake May, Ladd McConkey from Ben Barson, and Bo Nix going to Terrell at 10,
Terrell loves Project QBs.
Well, Terrell has no real starting quarterbacks on his roster besides Baker Mayfield. So
that's where he took Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, he has no
last
quarterbacks.
Year.
He has
Kenny
Baker, and now he has the 2 rookies.
Kenny Mittens is now a backup to the Eagles quarterback.
Mittens ain't a starter anymore.
So yeah, he's got no choice but to start Bo Nix.
Eric, the second quarter just started, bro. Like we talk about closing around here, bro. We're not talking about a couple
seconds.
We're not talking about who has the lead in the second quarter. You know, Indy had what, 7 point lead in game 1. What happened to that? Like, they can't hold their lead. That's their issue. We're not talking about the Bucks secondary players. We're talking about a New York Knicks team that, you know, is a little bit slow, but can get the job done. It is something crazy. And the Indiana Pacers need to prove that they can sustain momentum and beat the Knicks. Because they had the lead in the last game and they couldn't get the job done.
They did.
Like, I know this might be wishful thinking on your end because you're a little bit nervous when you see the Knicks play, because you know they threaten your Boston Celtics, and they're
almost built identical.
It buys you more time. It would behoove you if this series goes longer, but it ain't. You know what I mean? Because the Pacers just ain't that good enough. Yeah, it was an interesting round, and then the second round you had Brian Thomas, Brock Bowers, Keon Coleman.
I'm shocked Brock Bowers was in a first round pick.
Guys weren't looking at tight end. I could tell. Brock Bowers, everybody thought I was going to pick him because everybody knows that I'm always looking for like that next, tight end. But as of right now, I still have Travis Kelce. I have Mark Andrews. Haven't really worked out a trade for either of them. And the way the QB situation is looking, I'm honestly thinking to myself, maybe it's better to just keep this 2-headed dragon I have with these 2 guys and just fill one of those flex spots without having to stress until, I can get a trade or something. Indiana always has momentum. Brunson also catching a breather. Indiana up. Daniels got the rushing upside, and he has the wide receivers to throw to. Jaden Daniels, I said Jaden Daniels to Washington would be the move they make. I said it would be a good move for them. And I've also not shied away from my hot take, my preseason take that the Commanders are going to be a sleeper in the NFC. They could potentially be a team that wins 8 games and makes that push to, get themselves at least in the conversation week 16, week 17.
Topping got 13 points just to keep you updated.
Oh yeah, he hit my prop for me. As long as the Indiana Pacers players are hitting the individual props I set for them, that's all that matters to me. That's all I care about. And hey, props to them. Props to them. But one thing's for sure, they need to find some defense, or they need to coach defense, or somebody who's willing to defend, because your lifespan in the playoffs, if you're a team like that, is just not long. Like, yeah, it can get you out of the first round, but we see plenty of fraud teams make it out of the first round. The second round exposes everybody. The second round is where you find out.
Any trades happen in your Superflex draft?
In the draft itself, Brock Purdy, Tyreek Hill was a trade. What do you think of that? Now that we're all in air and we can talk about it.
Somebody traded Tyreek Hill for Brock Purdy?
Yes.
Why?
The person in question, now this is a super flex league. So the person in question needed a quarterback because their quarterback situation was Geno Smith, Justin Fields, Derek Carr. So that person drafted.
That's okay. You got
Justin. That's not okay.
Justin Fields might be starting by November. Who knows?
Might be, dog. In Superflex, you need him to be starting in September.
But dude, this is Tyreek Hill we're talking about.
Well, he had
who's going to give you easily 30 to 40? Like,
he had no quarterbacks.
Oh, I don't agree with that. I'd have sunk with those quarterbacks.
You know me, when it comes to trades like these, I look at it like live and let live, because I looked at Metcalf's team, and who are you going to start? You're going to start Derek Carr and Geno Smith?
Who's his receivers left?
I'm looking at them right now.
Because we're talking about Tyreek Hill, dog. Yo, that's the first time I ever seen handball on a commercial.
Yes, we are discussing dynasty trades because it is dynasty season right now.
Look at Chris. Chris ain't even a part of your league and knows it's a bench.
Tyreek Hill.
Come on.
As of right now, his wide receivers are Amon-Ra St. Brown, Puka Nacua, DJ Moore, and
I would have traded Puka for Purdy.
Puka for Purdy?
I would have done that, what? Maybe.
Looking at it from that perspective, if I'm looking at my football team, maybe you're right. Maybe Tyreek Hill was, but Dooley. Okay, credit to Dooley, man. He went for his guy, and Dooley got Tyreek Hill out of the deal. And now Dooley has one of the better teams in Superflex. He's building the team to win a championship now. I don't know who offered who the trade. I just knew
Dooley got screwed in the original Dynasty League. But
so he won.
We gave him the number one pick, and now he's trying to trade out of it.
We could say he won the trade, but I can also look at it from the perspective of, dog, Metcalf needed. Look, Purdy's already his QB1, and he's got Justin Fields in the flex just in case. Oh, Geno Smith, Derek Carr. He's got nothing, dude. He's got nothing.
He didn't even take a rookie quarterback.
He's got J.J. McCarthy. Metcalf has J.J. McCarthy.
I'd have traded Nicole. If you're trading Tyreek Hill for a quarterback, you should have been able to get something better than a quarterback better than Purdy.
That was his draft. He got your boy Roman in Pittsburgh. Bad QBs, look at waiver wire. The thing is, this is our Dynasty Superflex League.
Who's your quarterbacks?
On the waiver wire, ain't nothing.
Who are your quarterbacks?
My quarterbacks, as of right now, I only have 3. They are Russell Wilson, Matthew Stafford, and Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson is my young, franchise guy.
I would have offered you Tyreek Hill for Anthony Richardson. You would have took it. Don't lie.
That's tough though, bro. Because
to me, that's because there's better upside there.
It's tough because of the fact, it's Tyreek Hill, but I only have 3 quarterbacks in a 2-quarterback league right now. So to trade a quarterback, I've been trying everything in my power to avoid doing that. I've been trying to get myself a quarterback, which is why the Daniels pick hurt me. The Drake May pick hurt me. But you can't
pass on Odunze if you had the chance.
I couldn't.
Odunze's going to be a star.
I was actually thinking about Drake May for a bit, but I just couldn't pass up on Odunze. I could not do it. I saw him sitting there, and I knew that once Harrison was off the board, once Malik Neighbors was off the board, he was the best option left on the board. And I went with that best
Pacers
option.
are just hitting the 3-ball like crazy.
And I followed up that option with getting the best running back in the draft class this year in the second round, which I'm feeling really good about. I ended up getting Jonathan Brooks. He's going to be with the Carolina Panthers this year. He's going to most likely be part of a timeshare early on, but I think
Miles Sanders, if Sanders can stay healthy.
And that's going to be his key to success is the fact that Sanders
I wonder
cannot
how
stay healthy.
bad they're going to be this year, man.
The Panthers, they'll be all right. They won't be as bad as last year. 49ers most likely to just run with McCaffrey. I mean, yeah, it's still a McCaffrey show until, the dude keeps himself healthy. He's still going to be a top pick. Brunson groin injury? Oh, shit. Is that why he was sitting for so long?
That's not good. That changes the complexion of the series.
That's not good at all. Depending on how serious that injury is. After we were just talking about how they were getting it done without Julius Randle and, the thought of them trying to get it done without Jalen Brunson, that's tough because now who does the ball go to first? Josh Hart is as Anunoby is currently on the line. You got Precious Achua out there. So that's the big trending news right now. The bombshell that Eric just dropped is the fact that Jalen Brunson groin injury. So I know Knicks fans are on Twitter right now.
That's where I'm going right now.
See as if money hits the Twitter machine and we can try to find an update.
Clarity.
Listen, we're doing this live. He's in the locker room. Took a knee to the dick. That sucks. A low blow by the Pacers. OG Anunoby is balling. That's always good to know. The Yankees are up 8-1 right now. Bottom of the sixth. Give me my money. Give me my $60. Go Yankees. I parlayed Aaron Judge home run with Juan Soto home run and the Yankees run line 1.5, and they're gonna clear that and more. I love playing the Astros these days. I don't know what the hell happened to that team, but I absolutely love smacking those jabronis around. Just checking in on Obi Toppin hit his prop for me. Obi Toppin hit both his props for me. Thank you, sir. Orioles in the dime. Okay. All right. Accident. Yeah, it happens. It happens when you're on the court. Like, shit just happens. Sometimes his arms and legs moving in all sorts of directions, and it sucks. It's part of the game.
Having a tough time.
I'm trying to figure out which Yankees just scored right now. Chris, do you know
Hopefully
which Yankees scored? Because I saw that it was 5-1. I don't know how the hell it got to 8-1. So I'm just trying to find some clarity as far as this Yankee situation. I know that Giancarlo Stanton got himself a bomb today. Cabrera scored a run. Anyway, who knows? Yeah, this Brunson thing is big. We've got 5 minutes left. Of course, we're on a little bit of a delay right now as we are streaming, watching this. So,
all right,
5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Indiana, the 3-ball is working for the Indiana Pacers right now. They are currently up 57-52. Halliburton with 16 points.
He's still not on the bench right now. He's still in the locker room.
Getting the ice pack, He's probably going to, just sit out for the half and then come back in the third quarter. Halliburton already doubling the amount of scoring that he put up in the first half, or the first game, I should say. Being aggressive, going for his basket.
Twitter comment.
Miles Turner with a big slam.
I don't know who this is. His handle name's Koppenheimer. Jalen Brunson injured, apparent hand injury. No videos on the timeline. The video from TNT is inconclusive. NBA is so effing rigged, man. Congrats to everyone who cashed Brunson unders tonight.
Oh, it was Aaron Judge got you he hit a 2-run double to make it 8-1 on top of the home run that he gave you earlier.
Beautiful. So. No plata, no pluma.
So Aaron Judge, his bat has seemed to have awoken finally. After I was talking shit on him for a couple of weeks because he was just pissing me off. It's nice to see that he's contributing. Stanton, Soto, all the big bombers are doing their job right now, and I love to see it. Love to see it against the Astros. This is how you take care of a last place team in their division. Relax and take notes. As we've got ourselves a 10-point game here with no Brunson. The Pacers are on the attack, and it's the smart strategy to have.
Yeah.
In this situation, like we saw that, in the last series, when Brunson would sit, Philly would go on some runs. There's no denying that Jalen Brunson is
already
the primary
rumors
scorer.
starting that the Ravens and Chiefs could be the opening game of the year. We already know the Chiefs are playing opening day, but
Wouldn't be shocked.
that's what the rumor is so far.
So Baltimore would beat them in the first game of the year, and we talk about how the Chiefs are struggling, and then they come back and go back to the AFC Championship game. The path through the AFC still goes through Kansas City.
Yes, it does.
Nothing changes there. In order to get where you want to go as far as your hopes and dreams, you're going to have to beat the Kansas City Chiefs still this year. Even with the Rashee Rice issues, like somebody else is going to step up in that spot and do everything that he was doing last year. It'll be Xavier Worthy. It'll be whoever. Doesn't matter. Hell, Travis Kelce can come back and have himself a crazy-ass year after a mid-level year that he had last year. Getting that contract extension.
Yeah, Oh, here we go. Oh, I missed the freaking replay. I guess we'll know more at halftime, probably.
Yeah, more likely.
Well, Halliburton and Siakam are going to have their way now because of the whole, Brunson's a big force on defense, too. They're just hitting nothing but threes.
Yeah.
No, it's just raining threes from the Pacers.
They're hitting threes right now. It's big. Surprised that Noli ain't talking more shit in the group chat.
Oh, that'll come.
Yeah, he's waiting.
He's gonna drop it at the end.
He's picking his spots, especially after the way the Phillies lost earlier. Like he's just hoping for somebody to slip up, and it ain't gonna be the Yankees tonight. Sorry to tell you, the Yankees actually cashed out for me, which I'm absolutely loving. I'm back in the mix. I was so annoyed because my baseball bets earlier were just all going to shit, and in one little Yankee parlay, my boys just brought me all the way back. Thank you. And I parlayed 2 home runs together, which is not something that you should ever do. So I'm not going to do it again. If I do, it'll be specific to my team because I guess, it's just that's how it works. I haven't hit a home run parlay or a home run straight bet in forever. Sore right foot.
Heather's still doing unders?
No, she's taking a break. She ain't doing nothing. She's just enjoying baseball right now.
She's still in the game?
Enjoying the fact that you guys are in first in the NL East. Getting ready to take these trips to go watch some of the games at the ballpark. So she's chilling right now. She's taking the mental health rest from all the work that goes into the betting.
Because Judge 3 for 4 tonight.
Not for nothing, like she puts in the work with research. Like she will sit down and research a lot of the bets that she's making. I lost all my winnings. I'm still mad. Oh yeah, then we had the blackjack incident, and ever since then, it's just
that happened to me. I lost like $62 on my winnings.
You had your rough stretch around the same time. Like it was.
I haven't bet since really, and it's not because I don't. It's just I don't got time to study the baseball analytics of things. But with basketball, it was easier because I didn't have any horse in that run. Like I wasn't gonna pick with my heart.
Yeah.
Here with baseball, I'll be picking things. Oh yeah, he should do something because he's good, and then they don't.
But you can't pick with your heart in basketball because the Sixers will rip your heart out.
And that's why
on the floor.
They want me a couple dollars here and there. Them guys, mainly Joel Embiid, want me money.
Joel Embiid won me money. The rest of them can go to hell.
Tobias Harris actually won me $15.
Well, you know what?
I won't lie.
Kelly Oubre. I've won
Oubre's won me money because of his threes.
I've won like $60 betting on Kelly Oubre, points straight up and points and assists. Everybody else though, nothing. Especially bums. Well, I bet on Paul Reed maybe one time, and I was like, what the hell am I doing? Like, never again. And then there was a couple of times where I would take the Sixers spread. You got to pick your spots. Everything is about picking your spots. Baseball, basketball, even with doing the research, you just have to put yourself in the right time, right place with some of the picks that you're making. Baseball, for me, it's been more strikeouts. That's been my main bread and butter as far as betting. Halliburton hot right now, shooting these threes. He's hot. Obi Toppin. Miles Turner's doing his thing. The Pacers are...
I guess Halliburton heard all the criticism from that pathetic game the other night.
Well, the Pacers are responding well, you know. Maybe this is the game that they take, Eric. Like, maybe tonight is the game that they take. But, you know, they had to do something after the last game when Halliburton was just dreadful on the floor. Like, he was doing
they're
nothing.
showing the history of the Pacers versus the Heat in the play. I mean the Knicks in the playoffs.
Reggie Miller picks. Yeah.
Oh.
That never goes over well.
Look, he's calling the game.
While Reggie Miller is sitting in Madison Square Garden right now.
How many times he ended their season?
Is that why the Pacers are truly winning tonight? Is it because of Reggie? I didn't even see that. But Reggie Miller doing commentary for the game right now. He had a big old smile on his face.
Yeah, he did.
Because, you know,
he looks like he can still hit that wide open three.
He's gone into this arena so many times and just lit the New York Knicks up in this arena. And so, you know, right now he's loving the fact that the Pacers are hitting their three balls, but I'm sure that he is also hoping that Indiana closes out this game tonight.
Oh, another three by Halliburton.
Halliburton with another banger. And Frazier is just not happy right now. Frazier is not happy at all wearing his orange suit.
22 points, 5 to 7 from 3-point range tonight.
Mikey's a little bit quiet right now.
Yeah, Mikey's been very quiet. I haven't heard from him in the podcast tonight.
Bro, the Knicks.
Bendito.
The Knicks are the priority, bro. I realize the pecking order for New York fans. The pecking order for New York fans is Giants, Knicks in some order or fashion. And you can argue which one, but they're equally as important, more important than anybody else. And then under them is the New York Yankees, but it's not even close. Like it's Knicks, it's Giants, and then it's everybody else in New York.
Still a whole second half, settled down. Listen, they just keep hitting. I mean, you guys are chipping away too, but can't keep letting them keep getting these threes.
They're hitting their wide open looks. They're looking good right now doing it. You know, Pacers definitely showing up for this game.
Yeah, they are.
Miles Turner.
They look way better.
Miles Turner, if you're listening right now, buddy, I need you to get 17.5.
Where's he at?
He's right there in the headband with
I'm talking about how much you got. Where's he at?
I don't know.
Is this a part of a parlay or straight up?
I bet him straight up, and then I also took his points in a 3-leg parlay. So I'm about to refresh DraftKings
almost a
right
loose
now
ball foul there,
and see where I'm at.
Travel. He got 2 points for you.
10 points is not a safe enough lead in the NBA these days, bro. Hell, 20 points ain't enough of a lead these days. We've seen plenty of times. But if Jalen Brunson ain't ready to come back in the second half, we can start having a conversation about, you know, what the Knicks are going to be able to do.
Chris, are you not worried that if Brunson doesn't come back? Because I would be.
Like, with no Brunson, we can have any type of scenario or conversation you guys want
now
to have as far as this series.
It's like you said, Josh Hart becomes the number one.
By default.
And now he's going to be double teamed, and that means OG and Defensio got to continue to play, even pick their game up even higher.
Oh, damn. Miles Turner only has 4 points. So I'm really going to need you to have to pick up the pace here, buddy. Get your points up. But, damn, my Knicks -5 prop ain't looking too good either. I need the Knicks to take this lead back, boys. But Toppin's looking good. Toppin.
They out here shooting.
Toppin,
That man Halliburton can heat up. You know how he gets when he's not passing the ball.
And maybe he was doing too much passing in the first game. And
make it 6 points.
You know, sometimes it's about.
Oh wait, no.
What is that? Nemhard? No, that was Nemhard. They just both dress alike. They dress. You know, I don't know. It's weird.
It's like why?
Like Halliburton is the primary scoring option for the Pacers, which means you need to be taking the first shot. You need to be taking most of the shots. And once you're hitting your shots, then you can look to distribute the ball because now you are demanding more of the defensive coverage, leading to more easy buckets for everybody else. You can't, you know, he came into game one being too passive. You know, he's passing the ball. And we know he's an assist specialist, but you're also the primary scorer, and this is the playoffs. Like, you need to be scoring first, pass later.
You need to do what LeBron doesn't do in playoff games.
Right now, we're seeing
in critical moments, drive to the basket.
We're seeing right now that he's taking the game into his hands. He's scoring, and he's got his team with a 10-point lead.
A 10-point lead's big if Brunson don't come back.
Pacers have 73 points at half. That's a lot of scoring going on. There's a lot of shooting, open threes that are being made. And if Brunson doesn't come back, that 10 points almost becomes insurmountable. Like, honestly, because now it's 10 points without your primary scorer, and you're looking to see which of the Knicks players becomes that primary scorer. And how many shots will Josh Hart take? And DiVincenzo getting hot in the second half is the only saving grace out of that whole situation.
They need him to hit his threes.
Or he's always trying to make his team better. Not always a bad thing, but I do agree. He needs. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that mentality, but you have to know when is the right time to do that. And game 1 in New York of the playoffs in the second round, you need to go look for your shot first. And take that pressure off of the guys around you so that they can make their shots. Like, look what happens tonight. He goes out there. He's aggressive like he said he was going to be. He's taking his shots, making his shots, and the guys around him are making their shots too. So, the players that know you are the number one scoring option feed off of you. And for Halliburton to be the one to, get it in the basket first helps everybody. It helps with the strategy. It helps with the spacing. Like, we already know you are a defensively challenged basketball team. So the Pacers need to keep this pace up in the second half and make it a back and forth tit for tat and hold on to that lead, make it an 8-point lead, 10-point lead, but just continue to keep that space between you guys and the Knicks in order to close out game 2, hopefully with a W.
Let's see, we got everything cooking right now.
We're hoping the best as far as the injury goes to Brunson. That would suck to not have him available for the postseason because he's been, one of the best players of the postseason so far. Speaking of best players, be right back. Gonna do a halftime prayer. Speaking of best players, Nikola Jokic today officially wins the MVP award from the NBA. So he wins the MVP award. They have their game tomorrow night. You've got the Bucks versus Celtics in the first matchup, followed by the Denver Nuggets taking on the Timberwolves in Minnesota. And I think Denver's gonna win this game. I think they're gonna win this game. They're gonna put themselves right back in this series, and all of a sudden it shifts a little bit of pressure to Minnesota's side as far as, are you going to be capable of taking a 3-1 lead over the champs and maybe close them out at home, or do we go back to Denver with a 2-2
Nick Wright
series?
making a valid point.
What we got from Nick
Maybe
Wright?
A little less Reggie highlights from decades ago and a little more details on where, how, and when Brunson could have hurt his foot. How is this not the entire broadcast right now?
We have it muted, so we're not really sure what they're talking about. I'm sure Reggie's they're probably just talking about the highlight package of back in the day, Pacers and Knicks, and him holding up the choke sign to Spike Lee's face. I mean, we're not, but yeah, it's he's not wrong. I think one of his best takes was the take that he had on Pat Beverly a couple days back. That was a good one from Nick Wright. I usually don't agree with too much of what he says. I haven't watched his show in years because it
hasn't been good because the other guys just say stupid shit. They make him look like a genius, which is
it wasn't even that great when Chris Carter was on it, but it was at least
Chris Carter would
challenge his stupidity.
Yeah,
it's like, Nick, just shut up. Basically, he talked to Nick Wright the way that he was supposed to talk to Nick Wright, which is why they got rid of him. Because, Nick Wright had to be the star of this show. They eventually got rid of Jenna, who I thought Jenna was good for the show, but I just don't believe in Minnesota. Yeah, I'm impressed by them. I think that they're showing why they're here right now. And I think that they're capable of great things. But I'm in no way, shape, or form ready to write off the Denver Nuggets, bro. There's no way. Like it's the Nuggets, dude. Like I'm not.
Agreed.
It ain't over. I get it. They lost 2 at home. You know, the Wolves were physical. You know, Anthony Edwards is proving that he is potentially next year's NBA MVP candidate, pretty much with the way that he's playing right now. Like he's only going to get better. So, you know, like that guy is going to be, and the Wolves are going to be a problem for a while. But Nuggets win tomorrow, and they're right back in the series. So it ain't over.
Yeah.
The Cavs are the team that I feel like, you know, if anybody's going to get swept, it's probably going to be the Cleveland Cavaliers because they bring nothing to the table. Like, you know, with the Brunson injury, you know, we got to see. We got to see what happens with this second half. It definitely makes things interesting moving forward now. It's a storyline as all part of the playoff novella to keep track of moving forward.
It's all part of the plan.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm eager to see what is in store next week when we get these schedules and these looks and see what week 1 is going to look like, and we can actually use next week as a good week 1 preview show as well.
Yep.
To break down some of who's going to play who and how's everybody going to be opening the season, and are you playing at 1 o'clock? Are you playing at 4? You know, like, are you going to get that nice early window, or
I know the Pirates are playing at like 2 o'clock, so the Steelers aren't playing Sunday afternoon at home. Oh, that shit's acting whack.
I'm checking these fantasy scores right now. What the hell just happened? One of my Kimbrel getting fucking blown up again. So lame, bro. He's such a lame.
Now you gotta do the picture.
Just he is. You know, my closing situation. Evan Phillips is on the IL for 15 days, so my closers, they took a little bit of a hit. I picked up Finnegan, the closer from Washington, and I have Duvall from San Francisco. Right now, the Giants are up on Colorado 6-0, so I don't see any save opportunities for Duvall today. It's looking good for my starting pitcher today, Jordan Hicks, who's only pitched 1 inning right now and is rocking a 6-0 lead, so he's definitely getting the run support from the Giants to help me continue to dominate the pitching categories against Andrew in our fantasy baseball matchup right now. Just a question of taking some of these batting categories from him, man. Fighting Little Jimmy's hit a lot of home runs, to their credit.
Yeah.
He's got 9 right now. I've got 6. And that's recent. Like, that's recently, like the last 2 nights of hitting home runs.
I will say that he has a home run lineup.
Yeah,
it's potent.
And it's NBA playoffs are definitely getting interesting. I know that for Eric, this is like his favorite time of the year for NBA basketball. I know that he, like the rest of us, is, you know, waiting to see what Boston does and if they're finally able to finish their story this year and close it out. Minnesota Timberwolves are making things interesting because of the fact that they're punching the defending champions in the mouth right now, putting the pressure on them to go into Minnesota. And Game 3 is huge because Minnesota wins Game 3. At this point, we're having a conversation now of, okay, how soon can Minnesota close this series out now? You know, can they close it out in 5? Or are they going to play with their food and let Denver live a little bit? Last night, OKC destroyed Dallas. So, you know,
it's tough.
OKC looking
I still
legit,
think man. What a finals that'll be. OKC versus the Timberwolves.
Western?
Yeah.
Western Conference Final?
Yeah, Western Conference Final. What a nice little set that would be.
Maybe. I'm not ready to book anything yet that doesn't include Denver in it right now. Because I think Denver is ready, they're poised, and I think that they're going to respond well to the fact that the most pressure right now is on them, since they're the only team as of right now that is down 0-2 against literally the hottest team in basketball right now, besides maybe the New York Knicks. Like, the Wolves are red hot. But Wolves haven't lost. Chip this year, ring for Horford, and he retires. Get over the hump. So he gets the monkey off his back and gets himself a championship with the right organization and brings the Celtics their 18th. Will this be the 18th championship for the Boston Celtics?
It's now or never for the Boston Celtics. Like, I'm getting tired of everybody saying the Celtics. Like, when does it get to the point where...
Well, they do have to close, It's no doubt about that. You get no argument from me there. It'll be 18. That's why I made the comparison of them and the 49ers, because the 49ers do have a lot of, championships in their past. They have a team that every regular season, the 49ers are either the number 1 or the number 2 seed, but when it gets to the playoffs, they can't close.
We called the Sixers the Cowboys. The Celtics are the 49ers.
Yeah, we did call the Sixers the Cowboys, and they look more and more like each other every single year. Brunson's warming up, so it's looking like Jalen Brunson is back in the mix, back in the fold. New York fans can breathe easy because their boy looks like he's coming
They're like
back
this right now.
mix.
I guess the prayer worked, huh, Chris?
Or we might hear from Mikey soon. Depends. Maybe not.
All the Knicks fans were quiet except for Chris tonight.
I know that cat is watching the game right now and just think it's because they're is it happening already in the group chat? No, not yet.
Not yet.
No. It's a light night right now in the most toxic group chat in the world. All that I've seen is Andrew posting the MVP voting results. That was at 8:30. Matt's been here. He's just watching right now. He's chilling. He didn't comment for a while. He was just watching and following along with the storyline. What's up, brother? Appreciate you. I hope the bets are how the bets looking on your end, bro. I know we were having a bit of a conversation because you were putting something together, and we did a quick brainstorm before we went out onto the field. So hopefully your bets are working well for you. My 8-3 right now. Yankee bet's still looking good, but I need the Astros to chill out with the scoring. Or I need the Yankees to put up a few more runs at least because I want that money. Brunson is a dog, man. He knows what's on the line. That he is. 2 hit, waiting on 2 more. Let's go. Yeah, my Obi Toppin points hit, and then my Obi Toppin points and rebounds hit. Miles Turner is the one that's killing me right now with his 4 points. Nemhard points and assists. He's at 8, and I bet him for 14.5. So kind of hoping that Nemhard gets going early in this second half. And then Anunoby, I took his rebounds at 6.5, which has been one of my favorite bets the last week or so. And he's at 4. So I'm liking how that bet is looking so far. Everything else is still pretty much a toss-up on this end. McConnell assists. I don't think I ended up taking it. Did his assist hit yet, or are you waiting for it? I don't think I took his assist. I told you to take it, and then I went and I did something else. I did some other shit. And I took Nemhard's rebounds over 2.5, and he's got none so far. He's got 9 assists. Oh my God. TJ McConnell has 9 assists. My problem is he let me down a couple times, and I went into the system group chat and I said, you know what? I'm fading TJ. I'm done with TJ. And this cat's out there right now putting on a clinic.
Yeah, he is.
9 assists in the first half. That's more of a reason for Halliburton to focus on the scoring aspect when you have a guy on your second unit that can distribute the ball as well as McConnell's been able to distribute the ball.
Thank you, Chris Sale, for another quality start.
There you go.
And a W. It's probably going to come since they're still winning 5-0. And I've already reached my 30 inning. I'm already at 35.2 innings pitched for the week.
Nice.
2 wins, no saves, 30 Ks, 3.28 ERA, 0.98 WHIP, and 4 quality starts. I think I'm just gonna shut her down.
You don't think that? Oh wow, Kimbrel now has allowed the game to be tied. It's 3-3 between Washington and Baltimore. So he's not only fucking up my ERA, but he's fucking up my ticket that has the Baltimore money line. Because now it's a tied ball game between the Nationals and the Orioles. Nationals playing some good ball.
Hey, Matt, what's the score of the game, bud?
But now what's interesting is Kimbrel is hurting my ERA, but now my other closer, the one I have for Washington, is about to come into the game. And he also has the potential to steal a victory since it's a tied ball game right now. So
get the W.
What one closer isn't getting me, I could get from the other closer if Finnegan comes out, pitches a solid inning, and the Nationals surpass the Orioles, get the win, and then I get myself another W, which would put me at 3 for the week. If Hicks holds up, then that's 4 for the week. I've got 1 save, 36 strikeouts, ERA of 3.45, WHIP of 119, and I've got 3 quality starts as of right now. So my pitching is dominating the little Jimmies right now. I just need to take some hitting categories from him. I don't think that he has any answer for what I have as far as my pitching rotation goes. I can confidently say that. But the guy,
I don't know. I give up on baseball, man. You got to keep doing your lineup.
Hey, let's work out another trade, bro. I'm willing to give you a ransom for a particular player. So you let me know what you want to do. This is your opportunity to save your season. I'll give you something for each category that you need for that one particular player. We can get the deal done tonight if you want, buddy. You just let me know. Stop being scared. Oh, somebody else in my other league just got me a home run. Jeremy Pena. This is I'm playing Terrell in this league. I need to win bad in this league, so yeah. I'm lacing them up right now, but I need that to continue. It's still a long week, and fantasy baseball, you know, you talk about momentum, the ebbs and flows. Oof. Yes. That is exactly who.
Oof.
That is exactly who. You know what I want.
Soto.
I want my cousin on my team. I want my cousin. I want him to be a Bambino. It's only right. Make it happen. I want him to join ranks.
Right.
You just let me know. Because I'm actually competing in the good division of our fantasy baseball league. So I can't afford to be slipping. I have a 28-27 record.
Chris, who's in first place?
Let's see. Let's check out the league matchups right now since we're talking about it. Bryce Bombers is destroying Plata Pluma 9-1 right now. Muddy Waters and Chris are deadlocked in a 5-5 matchup. And Mikey currently with the lead over the best team in the league. Mikey up 6-3 against the King of Crash. So, you know, for the most part, outside of you destroying Matt. Oh, and Noli destroying Seth. Everything across the board is pretty even so far. And of course, you know, Thursdays are a big day off across the league for baseball. So tomorrow,
I've had so many days off.
A lot of your teams, a lot of your players are just not going to be there. So all you can do is
that's your one victory of the week, Matt.
Well, the thing is, he is also going to have maybe 3 or 4 guys in his lineup. So if all your guys go 0 for 12, all you did was just screw up your batting average for the day when nobody else is batting. So you just hope to get the production from the 1/5 of your fantasy baseball lineup that you would normally be starting. Thursdays are rough. You know, you do have your ads, your waiver ads, but it's also slim pickings because most of the league is just not playing. So you're only picking a certain amount of players.
And you're still not trying to give a Volpe, I see.
I don't know what he's trying to do. He ain't sending any trades either. So that's another thing that I was going to get to. because this is this time of year with Dynasty, with baseball, you know, we talk about the fact that, or people will come out and be like, oh, I want to trade this, or I want to make this trade. And then they proceed to not send any offers. Like, credit to everybody that actually sends offers. Matt, the offers are terrible, but hey, he sends them at least. Oscar, credit to Oscar. He had the 103 overall in Dynasty, and he said, I don't want to draft that high. I want to trade back. But he didn't just say, I want to trade back. Here is what I want for this pick. I gave him what he wanted. The deal was
Give me what I want.
The deal was made. Now, you can bash my offer when I send it to you, but until you tell me what you actually want, or you get off your ass and you send me an offer yourself and get on the dance floor, I'm not a mind reader. I don't know what you want. I'm not the type of person to sit there and say, oh, I'm going to trade up or I'm going to trade back, and then just sit there and just wait. Just wait. Like, oh, somebody's going to send me the perfect, if I could just think it through, someone's going to send me the perfect offer. No, I get my hands dirty. I go into business. I reach out to people and I say, hey, here's what I'm thinking. What you got? Talk to me. Can't wait for the Knicks to beat the Celtics. Man, I can't rule that out, bro. Especially now we know that Brunson is healthy. 6'4", bro. Miles Turner's almost 7 foot.
I know where that rant was going.
But yeah, bro. Don't just talk about wanting to make a trade. Actually be active and send some shit out there. The problem is, it's easy to criticize a trade, but a lot of people can't handle their trade being rejected. And that's the truth. You sat there for 10 minutes and you sent something only for somebody to be like, that shit was trash. A lot of people can't handle that. I'm numb to it. I don't care. I make deals all day. I know Matt's active. I'm curious to see how Matt plays. Matt, that ship has sailed. You're never getting him back. It's over.
Yeah.
You're never getting him back.
Elon loves Muncy.
I love Max Muncy. Max Muncy's one of my guys. So you guys thought
he's like Brandon Cooks.
You guys thought I loved Cooks and Dylan. Muncy is remaining a Bambino for the entirety of this season, bro.
Cooks, Dylan, Mixon. Those are your like guys.
Hey, Mixon's my guy, bro. Mixon's my guy. I just drafted Brandon Cooks in the 4th round of our Superflex because he's sitting there in the 4th round. I said, hey, let me get my boy back. What's the worst that could happen? Still a 3-3 ball game between the Nationals and the Orioles. Some pretty good baseball today as the Yankees add another run to their lead. It's now 9-3, and the bottom of the 8th, and the beatdown of the Astros continues.
Yankees are about to cash out for you.
Yankees are about to cash out for me. Soto home run, Judge home run, Yankees run line 1.5. Soto for Witt and Skubal. It's like one too many things going on in that trade. We might be able to work out a straight up deal, but not the 2-for-1.
Can we all link up for the Knicks and Celtics?
We can make that happen.
We can make that happen.
It's tough because it's like
if we can get a weekend game out of that series, come here.
Maybe a Sunday?
Yeah.
That would probably be the best day. Because I know Mondays and Tuesdays work great for me, but not for this guy with the work week.
I'll be ready to go to sleep.
Fridays and Saturdays, I'm in the trenches making money. So Sunday's the day that works best for everybody.
We'll work on it. We'll set something up.
Yeah, man. So, the next week on this podcast, like we said, man, we're pretty much booked because of the fact that we have the schedule release. People are going to be talking about the schedule release all day long. So it's going to be the conversation of the day. We're going to have our list of the matchups
we got our game
that we're
2s
interested
tomorrow.
in.
Celtics, Cavs. Mavericks, Thunder.
Celtics, Cavs, and Mavericks and Thunder going down tomorrow night. I was mistaken. I thought it was Nuggets and Wolves, but the Nuggets and Wolves get an extra day.
Yeah, no, Celtics gearhead to go.
Makes it even better, dog.
That's our Mike. You have his Knicks hat, his Knicks T-shirt on,
Knicks
his
towel.
little gimmicks.
He'll have the gimmicks. Knicks water cooler.
Matt will have the
Water
Coronas
bottle.
in his hand.
Yeah, we'll definitely make it live. I'm looking forward to that series. Maybe these playoffs ain't going to be so bad after all. From the way that it's shaping up right now, which I'm very happy about that. The pipsqueaks will get eliminated, but the good series will still be good series, and I'm all
16-4
for
run.
it.
I see that. I just was about to comment.
Yeah,
We're a couple minutes behind. We got it
a little delayed. That's all. A little bit of a delay.
He went down.
He's good.
He's good. Well, they would have made it a big thing, and we're behind.
He definitely needs a couple days off. Gonna be a little bit sore going back to Indy. Yeah, man, we're gonna have that next week, so you'll be able to join in on the conversation with us next week when we dissect the schedule, top 10 games, including week 1 schedule, and hey, how many of the top 10 games are going to be to kick off the season?
Who are the Eagles playing against in Brazil? Green Bay in Brazil, right?
Yeah, Green Bay. We'll find out who the Giants play week 1.
Brazil.
Find out who the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Tennessee Titans play. So we're gonna get all the information that we need.
I want Blanca's stage theme played. Freaking
Kimbrel, man, screw you. Screwing up what I had going on. I mean, my ERA is still good, but it's not the point. I wanted it to be great. Yeah, man. So, anything we got? I mean, we covered everything for as far as tonight's podcast, right? Everything besides the goodbyes. We gave you what we're going to be doing next week. The week after that originally was the draft date, but since we're drafting on the 26th, we can use the 22nd to break down some of the. What up, Terrell? We can break down a little bit more of the schedule as well as some dynasty talk. A little bit of a preview of what's coming for the dynasty draft itself, draft positioning, any more trades, Western Conference, Eastern Conference breakdown at that point that we'll be discussing because this series will be, wrapped up by then.
Yeah.
So still plenty of talking about because there's still plenty happening in the world of sports. So we're excited for it, taking it 1 week at a time. That's all we can do, take it in stride. This weekend's Happy Mother's Day.
What a block.
Hopefully, everybody can spend some quality time with their loved ones and, enjoy their Sunday and make it a good one. You bring the instruments, put it together. We need you to make our Monday Night Raw theme song. Frozen pizza, but he hooping.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, it's DiVincenzo.
Freaking DiVincenzo, dog. Let's see what happens. We'll see if these Knicks are able to make this comeback and win game
it's the
2,
cornball from The Office.
If the Pacers
going behind the boom mic, they'll try to break up Jim and Pam.
One of the most hated guys. All right, it's Pacers tying up the series. We're going to find out, man. Until then, we'll see you around. We'll catch you in the On the Money Sports Fan Forum.
I can raise it and bring it back down.
All the best sports conversations happening outside of the podcast are within that forum itself. If you are not a part of that forum, if you are not one of the 532 members in that forum, you are missing out.
Let's get to 600 before. I want to get to 700 before the summer's over.
Can we get to 700?
I'd like to get to 1,000 members by January.
We're gonna have to send some more invites then.
More invites.
I'll get to work on
and they got to be real people.
Yes, no bots. We have our selected admins who are the ones that review that stuff. Usually it's me and Andrew because he'll hit me up and be like, "Yo, what's up with this person?" Yankees win. Just getting it out of the way. I am $60 richer thanks to the New York Yankees. Because we handled business. We beat a last place divisional team like you're supposed to do. When you're supposed to be the best, that's what you do, is handle business. And the Yankees did that tonight. Screw the Astros and their stupid little trash cans. That is now 7 in a row against the Houston Astros, which I absolutely love. Thank you, bro. Yeah, I would not do that again. I'll tell you that. I would not parlay a home run with a home run. We are the best, yet you lost to the worst in the AL East.
A dead clock's right twice a day, fellas.
And you guys were wrong today, and the Blue Jays were right. So, go Blue Jays just till tomorrow. Honestly, fuck the Blue Jays too. Fuck the Blue Jays, fuck the Astros, fuck the Phillies. All right, it's all about the Yankees. We won today, and we cashed out, and that's what matters. Go Yankees, go Bambinos. The rest of you can kick rocks. All right, that's how I feel. And next week on this podcast, we find out what teams directly we're going to be talking trash to on week 1, because we get the schedule. It comes out. So Giants fans, you find out who you play week 1. Steelers fans, you find out who you play week 1. I find out who Tennessee gets week 1. It's all happening, bro.
I hope we play Drew Lock week 1.
Poof. Drew Lock. That's tough.
Danny Millions.
But yeah, man, just tune in, man, and get ready to talk some football next week, because
Steeler Nation,
we are going to be ready. Russ, let's weld. Go Dynasty QB2.
See you guys.